Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog, and we gotta talk about it again. We gotta talk about it again one time, because the Philadelphia 76ers lost last night to the Miami Heat 99-90, and James Harden was a fucking burger, okay? Forget Joel Embiid's 7 for 24 shooting, okay? Forget all that shit. Forget everyone else on the team who maybe shot like shit, okay? James Harden took a whole ass 2 shots in the second half of last night's game, in a fucking closeout game. This is a man who, when he got to Philadelphia, wanted a $270 million max contract, okay? And I'm just gonna say this, okay? Daryl Morey might be the worst GM in NBA history, okay? If he not only traded away the fucking world to get James Harden, but then gives him a $270 million max contract on top of that after this performance we just saw in the playoffs, okay? I mean, James Harden has done this twice in this series, where he just says, for one quarter, I'm just not going to shoot the fucking ball, apparently, or one half. And when you are supposed to be the second best player on your team, Joel Embiid is banged the fuck up, okay? He's got an orbital fracture going on. I mean, he's got torn ligaments in his thumb. He's got back issues going on. He missed games 1 and 2. Probably shouldn't have even played game 3. And James Harden's out here like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just gonna be pedestrian as fuck for every fucking game we play. I mean, the man shot like 40% from the field in the Miami Heat series, or in the playoffs as a whole. He shot like 40% from the field, 36% from 3 on like 19 or 20 points per game, okay? From a guy that is a former league MVP, a guy who is supposed to be one of the greatest one-on-one players of our generation, this is fucking unacceptable, okay? Tobias Harris outplayed James Harden in the playoffs, in this series particularly, okay? In this particular series, Tobias Harris outplayed James Harden. Tyrese Maxey has outplayed James Harden. Fucking Max Strus of the Miami Heat, an undrafted free agent, outplayed James Harden in this fucking series. I mean, you can't, there's no excuse for this. I mean, listen, man, I know people have been getting on James Harden's ass for a while now, but I don't want to hear anybody ever put fucking James Harden ahead of Dwayne Wade anymore. I don't want to hear it, okay? Because James Harden clearly does not want to fucking win a championship. I mean, I watched like the first quarter, just the first quarter alone, because I had a parlay going on for the Philadelphia 76ers and Miami Heat game, okay? In the first fucking quarter, James Harden took like 3 shots. He made a layup, he made a 3-point shot, and then missed another 3. Okay? In what, 12 minutes of playtime, the second best player on your team didn't even shoot the fucking rock, really. He didn't decide to start shooting jump shots until there was like 2 minutes left in the first quarter. You can't have that, okay? You can't rely on Georges Niang and Kortsmaz and all these other guys to fucking score. Yeah, I get it. In his post-game press conference, he was like, oh, well, you know, I was passing the ball and I wasn't getting it back. That is true to an extent, okay? But you're the fucking point guard. You are one of the best one-on-one players of this generation. I mean, there was a time when people were arguing that, like, James Harden was a better one-on-one player than Michael Jordan and fucking Kobe Bryant because of his patented step back, fucking through the legs, dribble bullshit, you know, just throw a shot up in the air and get fouled, okay? Like, there was a time when people were having those conversations that James Harden is a better one-on-one player than Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And now, it's like, now that the NBA changed the shooting foul rules, suddenly James Harden's like a fucking non-factor, okay? He just seems pedestrian as fuck for no reason. And you know what, man? I think at this point in time, it's safe to say that when it comes to the trade for Ben Simmons and James Harden, clearly Brooklyn won the fucking trade. okay? They got 2 first-round picks, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and Ben Simmons, for what appears to be a fucking has-been, okay? So, if James Harden is serious about winning a championship in Philadelphia, because he already came out here and said, I'll be back next year, and Philadelphia already came out, Daryl Morey came out and said, oh, Doc Rivers is going to be our head coach next year too, well, then you know what? James Harden needs to get back in the fucking gym. Okay, you can't come out here looking like, you know, you're a fucking a Twinkie and a donut from Dunkin' Donuts away from fucking never playing again. It's bad, man. I don't know what to say, because it's like, this is shit that should be, you know, self-evident. You know, James Harden is spending all hours of the night out with Meek Mill and at strip clubs, and it's like, you can't burn the candle at both ends. You just can't do it. You cannot be a professional athlete and then come to practice the next day after you've been out till, you know, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. You just cannot do it, okay? Rappers, okay, Meek Mill, Wale, all these guys, okay, they rap. They're not professional athletes. There is no limit on what the fuck they do, okay? You know, there's rappers out there 50 years old who are still doing it. You know what I'm saying? Rappers will be able to do whatever it is that they do for the rest of their lives, okay? You have a window on what you can do. Athletes have a fucking expiration date, okay? Rappers, artists don't. And that's the difference. Meek Mill can afford to be out until 3, 4 in the morning because he gets to sleep all day the next day. James Harden doesn't get to do that. And I just think to myself, man, like, there's no way he can continue doing this. You need to get in the fucking gym this offseason. And you know what, man? The idea, it seems like he doesn't care. And that's why I have a problem with it. Because you got a team with you have a GM and an entire team around you that is expecting you to be the second best player. And throughout the entire playoffs, Tyrese Maxey has looked like the second best player. You know, they might as well have essentially not even traded for fucking James Harden. So, all I'm saying is, man, like, James Harden better get his shit together if he wants to get paid this offseason. That's all I'm saying, okay? He's got this player contract. It's $47 million, or player option. He's going to pick it up. But if you want to get paid, if you want to get your fucking bread, you had better bring your shit to the table next year. You had better be able to make it past the second round, because there's no reason why this team with Joel Embiid and James Harden should not be able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay? We saw the first 5 games that they played together in the regular season after the trade. They looked fucking amazing. I mean, I remember watching it going, this team's gonna be really fucking good. And then James Harden fell off a fucking cliff in the second half of the season, or towards the back end of the season, and then he gets into the playoffs, and he's fucking terrible. So, all I'm saying is that James Harden needs to get better, and Philadelphia as well needs to improve their fucking bench. They have a lot of work to do this offseason, and James Harden is out of his fucking mind if he thinks he's getting a super max contract or a max deal. And I also think Daryl Morey needs to somehow save this roster. Because, like, I'm thinking to myself, man, like, Daryl Morey traded his entire future away for James Harden, and it's not panning out. Didn't work the first year, so it better work the second year, because I'm going to be honest with you, man, Daryl Morey's job is, I think, on the line after this shit. I mean, like, you gotta call his decisions into question just a little bit after all of this. And I don't know, man, how many people are gonna be willing to go to Philadelphia? I don't know. I would assume some. You know, you have James Harden there now and Joel Embiid, but yeah, not a good look. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.